Hello, I'm Serena Nelson. I've been knitting for about 5 years. I enjoy knitting for my family and friends and even myself. Today I'm going to demonstrate more ways to cast on. This is called the knit on cast on, and it is called that because it's very similar to actually doing the knit stitch. So you're going to start with your 2 needles. You do need 2 needles for this cast on and your yarn. You want to make a slip knot to start with. Now with this cast on, you don't really need a very long tail, unlike the long tail cast on where you're actually using that yarn, that tail to cast on. This one you're not, so you can have a relatively short tail. So you're going to do your slip knot, and you're going to put it on your left needle. Take your right needle and you're going to insert it into that slip knot stitch. And the slip knot stitch always counts as your first cast in your stitches. You always count that stitch. So you're going to insert your needle, take your yarn in your right hand, you're going to wrap it around the back of that right needle, in between those needles. You're going to bring your needle down and up through the front of that stitch, pulling that loop that you've just created. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tighten it up a little bit, and that is your first cast on stitch. So again, you take your right needle, put it through that stitch, take your yarn, wrap it around the back of that needle in between those two. You'll draw your needle down and pull it out the front of that stitch, bringing that loop with you. Then you twist your needle a bit, take your left needle, go in through the stitch, and then you'll pull your right needle out. Again, wrap it around, pull your needle back, and you'll pull it to the front of you. Twist the needle a bit, put it through. And remember, when you're casting on, you want to make sure that your needles can slide fairly easily along your needles. You don't want to cast on too tight. Yarn around the back through those 2 needles. Pull that right needle towards you, bringing that loop you've created with you. Twist it a bit, and this needle goes right through that stitch. And that is how you do a knitted cast on. Once again, I'm Serena, and this demonstration was more ways to cast on.